Welcome to Language and Learning by Jeff Buck. This is TOEIC Reading 1, Unit 5, and the topic is modification. Modification meaning to modify or change, mode. Okay? If you need to at any time during this video, as always, feel free to pause the video and do whatever research you need to, or thinking or work dealing with this lesson. Let's start with some words and expressions. You can listen and repeat. Condition. Probability. Sociable. At your earliest convenience. Terminate. Okay, and let's fill in the blanks with those words. Please provide our office assistant, Miss Young, with your travel information as soon as possible, at your earliest convenience. At your earliest convenience is just a more formal way of saying as soon as possible. Number 2, the Human Resources Department will be forced to blank the employment of anyone caught stealing company property. End or terminate. Number 3, Molly is in no blank to make a presentation today. She was in a car accident on the way to work and is visibly upset. She's in no condition. Okay, and that leaves us with probability and sociable for 4 and 5. Introverts, private people, tend not to be very, and therefore often like to work alone. In 5, the blank that the economic crisis in Europe will end is low. So maybe you already know the answers, maybe you don't, but let's use some context clues. So in number 5, we have the before the blank. What kinds of words are followed by the? Nouns. Probability, sociable. Is one of those a noun? And in number 4, introverts tend not to be. Be is often followed by a noun or an adjective. Okay? But we're talking about characteristics of introverts. So we probably need an adjective. So sociable is an adjective, not sociable. And probability is a noun, the probability. Okay? Good. So modification. Let's start with adjectives. Adjectives describe nouns, people, places, and things. For example, you can have them before a noun: the red car, a snowy day, an angry dog, a sinking ship. Red, snowy, angry, and sinking are adjectives that tell you about those nouns, car, etc. Or we can have them after a noun and a linking verb. Mark is scared. Scared tells you about Mark. Minji is happy. Happy tells you about Minji. So using those examples, let's find the adjectives in sentences 6 through 9. Excuse me. The tall building has a lot of colorful flags on it. So we have 2 adjectives. All right. Building, what kind? Tall. And flags, what kind? Colorful. So look for the nouns and then look for words that tell you about them. that describe them, that modify them, that change them. Modification. All right. Okay. So remember, adjectives can come before or after nouns. Jill was cold because the window was broken. So what do we know about Jill? Cold Jill, she was cold. Okay. And why? What was wrong with the window? Broken window. The window was broken. Okay, so what is an adjective? And an adjective, abbreviated ADJ, is a word that describes a noun or describes nouns. Nouns are people. Jim, the president, the teacher, Mrs. Smith, places, Mexico, the bathroom, etc., and things, cookies, love, chairs. Okay, they meaning adjectives give you more information, info about nouns. Okay, and where are adjectives usually found? They are found right before the nouns they modify, or after the nouns and linking verbs. Linking verbs are verbs such as be, feel, seem, etc. She seems tired. He seems angry. He feels sick. All right. So now let's take some nouns for countries and other things and change them into the adjective form. So America, American, American music, American continent, so the country or the continent, Korea, Korean food, the Korean language, Korean music, dirt. If there's dirt on the floor is dirty. Beauty, referring to a person who is beautiful. Vietnam, the people are Vietnamese food, the Vietnamese language, and hunger. If you have hunger, in some languages like Spanish, they say I have hunger. In English, we say I am, and then we use the adjective form hungry. All right, so that's a quick look at adjectives. Now let's talk about adverbs. They modify verbs, but also adjectives and other adverbs. They normally come before or after the word they are modifying, and they usually end in ly, but not always. So for example, Sally ran quickly. How did she run? Quickly. Or Sally ran fast. So fast is both the adjective and adverb form. Unlike quickly, the adverb form is quickly, the adjective form is quick. There's no word fastly in English. So there we have the adverbs quickly and fast modifying the verb ran. And then we can say she is a really quick runner. So we have the noun runner, modified by the adjective quick, which is modified by the adverb really. She's a runner. What kind of runner? A quick runner. How quick? Really quick. And next, she ran very quickly. So quickly is an adverb describing ran, and very is an adverb describing the adverb quickly. Okay. Sam talks fast. Sam talks quickly. We have the adverbs fast and quickly describing talks. He is a fast talker. So there you see the adverb fast, talks fast, and the adjective fast, fast talker, are in the same form. So again, fast, very, and hard. There's no ly, so there are exceptions. Hardly is a different word, a different form, so a different word. So if you hardly work, you don't work very often. If you work hard, that means you're very industrious. Hector works hard. This means he is a good worker. Hector hardly works. This means he's lazy. All right, so find the adverbs in the sentences below and determine what they modify. So Sumin sings very beautifully. So we have the verb sings, all right? And we have beautifully modifying sings, how she sings. And then we have very modifying beautifully, how beautifully, very. Fortunately, the rain stopped before the baseball game started. So you see this ly word, fortunately, and it's actually modifying the whole sentence, our feelings about the whole situation. The rain stopped before the baseball game started. So how do we feel about that? We think it's fortunate. So fortunately describes the whole sentence. 18, Joshua eats loudly. We see this ly word here. It's an adjective. An adverb rather, describing how Joshua eats. 19, Mr. Choi is really funny. So funny is an adverb describing Mr. Choi, and really is an adverb describing funny. He's funny. How funny? Really funny. All right. There's another exception in number 20. The dog jumped right into the pool. So the dog jumped into the pool, or we can be more specific and say right, meaning directly. Right, not meaning the opposite of left or correct, but directly. Okay. So when adverbs modify verbs, they describe how something is done. Mary swims quickly. How does she swim? Quickly. When they modify adjectives, they describe how much. Mary is a very quick swimmer. How quick? Very quick. Or really quick, extremely quick, pretty quick. Pretty can mean very, not just good looking. When adverbs modify adverbs, other adverbs, they intensify them, make them stronger. Mary swims very quickly, extremely quickly. How quickly? Very. When adverbs modify phrases, they emphasize prepositional phrases. They make them stronger. So the race was difficult, even for Mary. So even for Mary is describing the race that was difficult. So that's the phrase. And the adverb is actually even. Okay, not difficult. It's surprising that the race was difficult for her. When adverbs modify sentences, they describe when, where, how, or why. Surprisingly, luckily, fortunately, unfortunately, etc. Surprisingly, that's the adverb. Mary lost the race. So how do we feel about that? Surprised. Luckily for Susan, Mary lost the race. How does Susan feel about it? Lucky. Okay. Fill in the blanks with an appropriate adverb, and then determine what's being modified. My father works hard or quickly or lazily or whatever you want, describing works. Miss Parker is short. How short? Very short, extremely short, pretty short, etc. Describing short. My cat runs slowly. Runs how? Slowly. How slowly? Really slowly. Kind of slowly. Extremely slowly. Pretty slowly. Okay. It's cold now. Especially for spring, even for spring, etc. There are no more concert tickets left. It's sold out. So, unfortunately, sadly, surprisingly, etc., describing the sentence. There are no more concert tickets left. No more concert tickets left. Okay. Determiners include articles, possessive adjectives, quantifiers, numerical adjectives, and demonstrative adjectives. So let's look at each of those kinds of determiners. So articles, there are 3 articles in English. Can you find them in these 2 sentences? The sweater is a present from a friend. The and so the articles a, an, and the are used before nouns. An orphan is a child whose parents have died. So a, an, and the. A and an are indefinite, not specific, and the is specific. Possessive adjectives. Find the possessive adjectives in each sentence. So possessive meaning showing ownership, who something belongs to. My dog ate her breakfast and then slept in my bed. Dog, whose, mine. Breakfast, whose. Her breakfast. And slept where? On my bed. And 29, our friend Jason bought his wife a dress for her birthday. Friend Jason, who's our. Wife, who's his. And birthday, whose. Her. So possessive adjectives answer the question whose. All right. Quantifiers. tell you how much or how many. Find the quantifiers. All of the desks and some of the chairs are dirty. So, all of and some of. Okay? We spent most of the day doing just a little work. Most of and a little. Okay, numerical adjectives talk about numbers. So you have ordinal numbers, first, second, and third, and cardinal, the basic numbers 1, 2, and 3. My grandfather finished fifth. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, etc. in the race. And Christmas is the 25th day of December. So these are both ordinal. They tell you the order. Okay? And demonstrative adjectives. To demonstrate means to show. So there are 4. This movie is the most amazing film that I've seen this year. This, and again this. And Han doesn't want to buy that house. So you see 2 of the demonstrative adjectives here. What are the other 2 demonstrative adjectives? This and that, and these and those. Singular, this and that. Plural, these and those. Close, this and that. Or rather, this and these, and far, that, and those. All right. Noun complements are adjectives, nouns, or pronouns that follow a linking verb, be, appear, become, feel, etc. These are not action verbs. So there are 2 words in English that are pronounced complement. C-O-M-P-L-E-M-E-N-T and I-M-E-N-T. So complement with an E is something that completes something else. That's what we're talking about right now. The other one is with an I, complement. It's pronounced the same way. It's something nice that you say to someone, oh, you look nice today. Oh, great job. Congratulations. So we're talking about words that complete something else. So for example, my neighbor is crazy. Crazy is an adjective. It's a complement telling you about neighbor. So we have neighbor and crazy. They go together. Crazy completes the idea of neighbor. That dog seems sick. So what do we know about the dog? It seems sick. Dog, sick. They go together. Sick completes the idea that you're talking about. So we have noun complements that are adjectives, also that are nouns. Jack became what? A scientist. So scientist tells you about Jack. It's a noun. It's a noun complement in the form of a noun. The present was a beautiful sweater. Okay. So we have Jack, scientist, the same thing. Present, sweater, the same thing. Okay. Noun complements can also be pronouns. That car, mine. So what do we know about that car? It's mine. Car, mine. The new director is her. Okay. New director, her. The same person. And now just some phrasal verbs. So a phrasal verb is a verb with a preposition attached to it, and the preposition changes the meaning of the verb. And this is one of the hardest parts of English because there are so many phrasal verbs, and oftentimes one verb will have a number of different phrasal verbs. So you see here break down, but we can say break up, break into, break out, etc., etc. And one phrasal verb can mean different things. Break out can mean to escape from jail or to develop a rash or some other skin condition. All right, so we have (42 to 55). And here's a link here, which I'll put below the video. You can check it out if you want to study more phrasal verbs. All right, and let me move this down. I'll do that later. So we have, you can listen and repeat if you want. We have add up to, break down, bring up, call back, count on, figure out, get along, hand in, mix up, pick out, put up with, sort out, think over, and use up. So if you blank all the coffee, be sure to get some more. Get some more. Why? Because the coffee's gone. If you use up all the coffee. Please don't blank the merger at the meeting because some people might get upset. Please don't talk about or bring up, meaning start talking about something. 44, all of our receipts for our business expenses, blank, $1,245. So the total, add up to. Okay, Tim and Tammy do not blank, so their boss had to separate them and put them in different offices. They were always arguing. They don't like each other. They don't get along. (46) Everyone must blank their sales proposals by the end of the day. Submit. Hand in. Why does the copy machine always blank just when I need to use it? Stop working. Break down. Someone needs to blank Mr. Black from Leicester Travel Agency. He has called 3 times already this morning. So return his phone call. Call back. Not sure what this blank is here for. All right, and let's move the rest of these down where I can see them. Okay, be careful not to blank the packages. One is for Tiffany and the other is for Isabel. So don't confuse whose package is whose. Mix up. Miss or Ms. Jung and Mr. Jagger need to blank some new office furniture. Choose. Pick out. "51, you cannot blank Patrick, he is always late." Depend on, rely on, count on. All right. 4 more. Figure out, put up with, sort out, and think over. 52, I was just offered a job at Slater Associates. They gave me 3 days to blank it blank and make a decision. To decide, to think it over and make a decision. The IT department needs to blank what is wrong with the server because it has been broken all day. Determine, figure out. That's a very good phrasal verb that we use a lot in English, that English language learners often don't know and should learn. So now we have put up with and sort out. The secretary has to blank the mail every day. She has to put the letters and packages in the correct boxes. They're all mixed up. She has to put them in the right places. And 55, there are problems at every job that you just have to endure. So the secretary has to sort out, arrange, and there are problems at every job that you just have to put up with, deal with. Okay, so that's it. I hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm Jeff Buck. Good luck. Have a good day, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.